Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, Mavericks. Marty here, and welcome to another simple Maverick review for Return to Silent Hill. Now, let me just get this straight out of the way. In my opinion, not as good as the first Silent Hill movie, but not as bad as Revelations, which I regretted paying money to go see in theaters. Geez. Why does it not show that I am... Wait, hold on. How do I monitor my stream? It doesn't show me as being live. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay, there we go. Anyways, like I said, not as good as the first one, not as terrible as the second movie. We kind of have a middling ground, and it also depends on what you're looking for in the movie. Now, this is going to be a spoiler-free review. I'm not intending to spoil any major points, because as people that, I imagine would stumble across me here, they are also Silent Hill fans. And this is all off the cuff. There is no script. So, first things first, it wasn't terrible. Wasn't terrible. It was still... You get kind of whiplash. So if you kind of know just the overall story of Silent Hill 2, you have the basic premise of what the movie is going to be, obviously. As with the first movie, it does take its liberties, because it is the same director. It is Christoph Gans, and he put his own artistic spin on it, and that is it. That is a key point I want to make here, is that it is an artistic spin.
In this town.
Anyways, let me go ahead and skip. It does have its artistry to it for the story spins. For fans of Silent Hill, probably more particularly of Silent Hill 2 than of any of the others. Well, probably more of the remake than of the original, I should say, actually, is that they did put effort into the Easter eggs, into the scene recreations of certain points. Like, you will tell them right off the bat. And for the lore nerds, there is some... There is some reference to some particular lore theories, I should say. I don't want to get too much into it, but overall, I would say that, again, not a terrible movie. It's probably still a bad movie. And it's definitely a mixed bag for people that don't know the Silent Hill franchise, and for people that are fans of the game. Now, what does this mean for if you should go see it in theaters. I think it's an interesting experience. There are some over-reliance on jump scares in terms of, just it being supposedly a horror movie. Well, horror movie, horror game, It does use a bit of that reliance on horror movie jump scares. A couple of them got me, not gonna lie. And then, let's see. The imagery. There is some pretty gross imagery, as you would expect with Silent Hill. Silent Hill has always been more psychological with what it can do for you in the terms of what you see or what you think might be going on. And I think that this movie knocked it out of the park with the psychological warfare, especially if you don't know what to expect going in. I think that this movie kind of leans a bit more towards being for fans than it does to try and bring in people that don't know Silent Hill. But I think people looking for a different experience might enjoy it. Again, I think it's worth checking out if you're just like, you consider yourself an aficionado of things that are different and less mainstream. It's definitely an experience. And it does kind of change up things in terms of what certain characters represent. I've had a running theory for the longest time about a particular child. But it kind of took it a step further than that. And I won't get into my theories. My theories are kind of laid out in some of my playthroughs that I've done of Silent Hill 2 Remake. And it was interesting to see some of the thoughts I've had play out on screen. You might not like how they play out, though, especially if you are a fan of the original Silent Hill 2. Especially if you are fans of particular characters, because I think what they did with Silent Hill 2, or rather Return to Silent Hill, is they went the route of Silent Hill F with it very much. If you consider yourself well versed in Silent Hill lore, Silent Hill 2 lore especially, and what everything represents, and you have your own kind of personal theories you run through with the game, it's definitely an interesting watch. You might see some of those theories come to play, like I did when I went to see it in theaters. Now, overall, I would give the movie personally I would say a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10. Again, it's an interesting thing to watch in the theater. Oh, let me grab the chainsaw just because, why not? Now, Easter eggs for this movie. There is a lot. There are many visual Easter eggs. Many kind of, I wouldn't say there's a lot of story Easter eggs. Like I said, they wanted to adapt the story for modernization, and it's very obvious from the get-go that it is a very modernized take on Silent Hill 2. Something I actually do not agree with. I would have preferred that it take place in the mid-90s, early 2000s, like when the game was released. I just didn't like that aspect of it. And like I said, overall, for if you consider yourself an aficionado of Silent Hill, and you know your shit, you're going to see a lot that you can call out. More than me if you've played Downpour or Book of Lost Memories, I think it was, on the Vita. Not entirely sure, because like I said, I have not played those games. But it has it has other elements from different games. And because, like I said, it seemed to very much pull a bit from Silent Hill F in the way that the overall story kind of plays out.
Hello? Anyone in here?
Everything is very internalized, and you'll know what I mean when I say that. I have mixed feelings on this movie. I'm not gonna lie. But I didn't go in hating it as much as I did Revelations. Like, I spent the better part of a few years excited for Revelations because I was looking forward to a movie based on Silent Hill 3, and that was a huge letdown. Return to Silent Hill was kind of a middle of the road between the original movie and Revelations. Like I said, a lot of very visual Easter eggs. The story takes its own twist. Christoph Gans, I think he did what he could to modernize it while putting his own artistic spin on it. And that's not a bad thing, because you got to remember that translating a video game to a movie, especially a video game that could take anywhere from 4 or 5 to 12 or 15 hours, depending on the player, to complete, into a 2-hour or less movie can be a challenge. There were some points where it kind of felt very video gamey. There's actually not much dialogue, now that I think of it. There is not much dialogue like you would expect in movies. There's a lot of flashbacking. You're playing off of... The story plays in two halves. You have the current situation, and then you have the flashback sections. And if you know movies, you know how they'll kind of do that. It was definitely an interesting take. Like I said, if you're fans of particular characters, particularly of Angela and Eddie, you are probably not going to like what they do with those characters in this movie. I'm just going to say that right now. Because everything has been internalized. So I would say overall, go see this in theaters at your own discretion. It's a 50-50 on if you will enjoy it or absolutely hate the shit out of it. I myself, it was a decent movie. Like I said, 6.5 to 7 out of 10. I lean more into the 6.5 territory, though. I mean, especially with just the character designs and just the overall drastic changes to the story. It is a pretty substantial change to the story overall. And this simple Maverick review is longer because I just have... Oh, man. It's a lot to try and internalize about what I experienced. Like, I mean, I even cosplayed James here for the movie with the gray button up, the jeans and the belt, the green jacket. Though I did the best I could with what I had on hand. It was fun. It was fun. I even got a nice postcard out of it. A nice Silent Hill postcard from the theater. So, that'll be a nice little memento. Now, Pyramid Head, they brought back Pyramid Head into what he was meant to be in this movie, instead of being put into everything everywhere. Even this flower store actually is in the movie. So you're not going to see all your favorite monsters. There's going to be some moments probably where that make you say, "Oh, well, that's different." So I would say if you're a Silent Hill fan, it might be worth checking out in theaters.
What is this?
If you don't know Silent Hill, beware of whiplash. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to have some mental whiplash going on trying to follow the story. But I think, like I said, trying to condense this video game down to a sub 2-hour movie, Christoph Gans did what he can. And I could see his love and passion for the game, for the story overall. I just think he took a little bit too much liberty with
More of that stuff.
with his artistic interpretation. And you will hear some very memorable music cues. It's definitely an experience. Is it worth the price of admission? Well, that is up to you. Like I said, I have very mixed feelings on this movie, so I leave it to your discretion to check it out. But in the meantime, I think that is all that I have to say on it. So, if you are a Silent Hill fan, don't go in expecting the best. Don't go in expecting the Silent Hill 1 movie level that you got last time. And I actually wish I had gone to see the original Silent Hill in theaters. That would have been fun. And this is coming from a Silent Hill fan. Revelations I absolutely fucking hated. This, like I said, was a kind of middle of the road.
Hey, wait.
So, I hope you do enjoy the movie, at least as a nice little time kill if you've got nothing going on. Don't go in expecting the best, though. You definitely have some bad CG quality. You definitely have some moments that make the Silent Hill fan go, what the hell was that? So, and if you don't know Silent Hill, there might be an interesting time sink. So, check it out if you've got the time and the dollary dues to spare. But I guess that's all I have to say on it, without giving any spoilers, because this is still like day one of it hitting theaters, night one of it hitting theaters. The best. Thank you for dropping in, checking out. I know movie reviews are kind of not my forte, but I just wanted to get it out there, get my point of view out there.
Hello?
And I've been thinking of trying to dig out my PS2, maybe play Silent Hills, the original Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4 on PS2, if they work. But that is all for me. Just a very chill channel here that likes sometimes screaming my opinions into the void. So, like and sub, maybe? I don't know. I'm very inconsistent with my uploads since I work full time. But I will catch you all in the next experiment. So, you all be safe out there. Stay frosty. Keep your eyes in the skies and ear to the ground. And the wind in your sails. Here's hoping that Resident Evil 9 will be everything we're hoping it will be. All the theories are flying around, so if you don't want to go into the game with any kind of idea of what it's going to be, avoid the internet for the next month. Good luck. But, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to Resident Evil 9. I'm looking forward to what might be next for the Silent Hill franchise going forward. And until we meet again, cheers and have a good night. Marty out.